the door creaked open, and my stomach dropped. Two tiny twin beds pushed against opposite walls, barely enough space to stand between them. My partner and I just stared at each other, speechless. Everyone else. They were unpacking in spacious suites with king beds and ocean views. This was supposed to be our vacation too. But apparently, because we weren't married or parents, we didn't deserve the good rooms. They thought we'd swallow the insult and keep quiet a broken bar, but they had no idea who they were dealing with. If you've ever been underestimated, disrespected, or treated like you were less than, stick around. This story goes from frustration to one of the most satisfying vacation revenge plots you've ever heard. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into how we turned the worst room in the house into the ultimate twin. Every summer, my extended family rents a big beach house for a week. It's the one time of year we all get together as siblings, cousins, their spouses, kids running around, board games at night, seafood feasts on the deck. My partner and I had been coming for 5 years now, and while I always looked forward to the beach, there was one thing I dreaded: the room assignments. Somehow, we always got the short end of the stick. Not just on Sia every single year. But this time? This time was the worst it had ever been. Karen, the self-appointed room queen Karina, my cousina, has somehow taken it upon herself to organize the sleeping arrangements every year. No one asked her to, but she acts like she's managing a 5-star resort. She's also one of those people who thrives on subtle power moves. She'll smile while telling you something that's actually an insult, disguise condescension as helpful advice, and pretend she's being fair when she's clearly favoring herself. And of course, Karen has 2 kids. Which, in her mind, automatically makes her the most important person in the family. She never says it outright, but her tone says it all: families with children need the space. Couples without a broken bar, well, you'll be fine anywhere. Arrival day, we arrived later than most because of traffic. The house was buzzing with activity: kids squealing, the smell of grilled shrimp wafting from the kitchen, the sound of waves through the open sliding doors. Karen met us at the door with a sugary smile. "Hey. Glad you made it. Your room is upstairs, second door on the left. Oh, and just a heads up, the AC in there takes a while to kick in, so you might want to open the window for a bit." At first, I thought nothing of it. But when I opened the door, a broken bar, my jaw actually dropped. The broom closet, 2 twin beds with mattresses so thin you could see the frame outline through the sheets. A single dresser with a drawer missing. A lamp so dim it might as well have been decorative. The window was the size of a shoebox and faced the neighbor's house. I looked at my partner. He forced a smile, but I could see the disappointment in his eyes. Meanwhile, my married cousins were settling into suites with oceanfront balconies, massive beds, and private bathrooms. I even overheard one of them saying, "This bathroom's so big, the kids could have a slumber party in here." The emotional undercurrent, it wasn't just the physical space-up, it was the message. This room screamed, "You're not as important. You don't need comfort. You're last on the list." Over dinner that night, Karen casually dropped, "We just figured since you 2 don't have kids, you wouldn't mind taking the smaller room." I bit my tongue. But inside, I was boiling. Day 2 at the extra workload the next morning, as everyone was lounging on the deck, Karen asked, "Hey, since you guys don't have to keep track of kids, could you run to the store for more snacks?" "Sure." "Fine." But then it became, "You don't mind washing up after dinner, right? Can you take the kids down to the beach so we can relax for a bit?" By day 3, we'd done more chores than anyone else while also sleeping in the worst room. The breaking point that night, lying in a sagging twin bed with my knees nearly hanging off the edge, I whispered to my partner, "I can't do this for the rest of the week." He sighed. "What do you want to do?" "We can't exactly complain without looking petty." That's when it hit me, we couldn't complain a broken bar, but we could take action. And if we did it right, Karen would be the one looking petty. The plan: we knew Karen's schedule on Thursday. She and her husband had booked a full-day boat trip. They'd be gone from morning till evening. The master suite was theirs, top floor, panoramic ocean view, king bed, 2 dressers, massive bathroom. They even had a little sitting area with a couch and coffee table. Our plan was simple. Wait until they left. Move all our things into the master suite. Leave our old room spotless. Play completely innocent. The perfect timing: Thursday morning, we pretended to be heading into town for coffee. From the front porch, we watched Karen's car pull out of the driveway. We counted to 300. Yes, I actually timed it, then hustled back in. The house was quiet except for the hum of the fridge and the distant laughter of kids already on the beach. We grabbed our suitcases, toiletries, and even our beach towels. It took 3 trips up the stairs, but when we stepped into the master suite, I swear I heard angels sing. The upgrade: the bed was so soft I wanted to dive straight into it. The balcony doors were wide open, letting in salty air and the rhythmic crash of waves. The bathroom had a double vanity, fluffy towels, and enough counter space to actually unpack. We unpacked quickly, set our stuff neatly in the closet, and then turned our old twin bedroom into something out of a catalog: blankets folded, pillows fluffed, even the sad little lamp dusted. When Karen returned that evening, we were on the balcony, sipping iced tea, watching the sunset. The door slammed downstairs. Heavy footsteps thundered up. "Dana, why are you in our room?" I blinked at her, confused. "Oh? I thought you guys were in the big suite downstairs. Someone mentioned it earlier, so we just swapped to make sure you had space." Her mouth opened and closed like a fish. "That's not up this ice." Before she could finish, my aunt called from the hallway, "Honestly, Karen, just let them have it. They've been in that shoebox all week." Karen looked like she wanted to argue, but with half the family within earshot, she had no choice but to swallow it. The bonus twist: here's the part one didn't plan, but oh, it was perfect. The next morning, Karen tried to reclaim some control. She came up while we were out and moved our stuff back to the twin room. But my partner and we had already hidden the keys to the master suite balcony door. Without them, the ocean view was just a wall of glass. When she realized she couldn't open the doors, she had to sleep in the heat because the AC vent in that room was broken. The next day, she moved back downstairs without a word. The rest of the trip we spent the last 2 nights in total bliss. Coffee on the balcony at sunrise, long showers without bumping elbows, naps in a bed that didn't squeak every time you moved. And Karen? She avoided eye contact the entire time. The best part wasn't just getting the master suit out, it was the way the whole thing unfolded without us ever raising our voices or making it a fight. Karen had to stand there, watching us enjoy her room, knowing she couldn't say a thing without looking selfish. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge isn't about yelling or arguing up, it's about showing you know your worth, taking what's fair, and letting the other person stew in their own entitlement. And if they don't like it, that's not your problem. If you enjoyed this little slice of vacation justice, hit that like button, share it with a friend who loves a good petty win, and tell me in the comments what's the most satisfying get back you've ever pulled off. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more stories just like this one.